Assalamualaikum everyone. So, dah makan? Bagus. Okay. So, let's get started. So, there's this man and he comes up to the Prophet ﷺ and he says, "O Prophet of Allah, who should be my closest companion? Who should be my best friend?" And the Prophet simply answers, "Your mother." And the man, unaware, asks the question once again, and he says, "Well then who next?" And the Prophet simply answers, "Your mother." At this point, the guy might have been confused, and so he asks again, "Prophet of Allah, who next? Who should be my closest companion, my best friend?" And the Prophet answers, "Your mother." 3 times in a row, and the next time your father. So if we take a second to reflect on that, in Islam, in our religion of Islam, the obedience of the mother supersedes that of the father. The respect of your mother supersedes, or maybe not, but you should hold your mother at an esteemed place. So for me, that was really interesting, and that's why I decided to take this topic and share it with you guys today. So, in hope that we can all benefit something, because I really do have something interesting to share today. And I'm going to be talking about ways to love your mother, because often we forget how much our mothers mean to us, or how to even express our love to them. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys today, how to love your mother. So there's this kid, he comes up to his mother and he takes a piece of paper and he writes a letter, and he writes, "Dear Mom, today I cleaned my room, 10 ringgit. Then he writes, "Today I also mowed the lawn, 15 ringgit. I did the dishes, that's 20 ringgit." So he sums up a whole total, right, whatever that total was, and his mom takes a piece of paper and she flips it around and she writes, "Carried you in my room for 9 months and bore the pain free of charge. Fed you before I fed myself every single time, and you just mess up, your face, you just dribble the food everywhere. Disgusting. Free of charge. I would stay up with you all night, tending to you if you were sick, crying to Allah, begging Allah to give you shifa, to heal you, free of charge." And the list goes on, and she sums up the total, and she writes, "Just love." That was the total. So why did I want to talk about how important it is to love our mothers? Is because sometimes you guys, what I notice is in our societies we have something called Mother's Day. In Islam, every single day is Mother's Day. Every single day is Mother's Day. So in a society that celebrates Mother's Day, in a society that devalues the mother, seriously, it's an insult. Once in a year, I was reading some stats that after Christmas, Mother's Day is the one Hallmark holiday that raked in most money. Like after Christmas, that's crazy. I don't know what it's like in Malaysia, maybe Hari Raya or something, right? So, but seriously, it is an insult. So I'll go on and I'll tell you guys a little bit how you can love your mother. So first of all, love verbally. And what do I mean by loving verbally? What I mean is, as youth or as younger people, we often feel like ashamed or even reluctant to express our feelings and emotions towards our mothers. And we don't realize the power of words and how we can communicate love and affection to our mothers. And we don't know that saying these 3 simple words, I love you, to your mother, it speaks volumes to the heart of your mother. And you might know maybe yourself, or maybe some people around you, people you know, some men think that it makes them less of a man to say, I love you, to your mother, but it's not the case, because it makes you more. And same goes for girls. You know, if you feel ashamed to express your love to your mother verbally, that's a major problem. And I know, because growing up and the weird thing of teenage years, you grow up and you kind of start distancing yourself. You go from the little kid who talks to mom all the time and we're just sharing things all the time, and then slowly you start distancing yourself, and you know, without realizing it, that is. But this is just a reminder that it is so important to express your love through words. And now some of you guys might say, well, doesn't she know I love her? No. Just to say, just to hear those kind of words is, you know, it changes a lot, and it lets the person know or really feel it. Just 3 simple words. So right now, a lot of you might have like your phone in your hand. So just text your mom. Be like, hey mom, I love you. Right? It's not that hard. And right now you're saying, well, it's common sense, but a lot of us don't do that and we forget. So we love verbally, right? But we also love physically. I like to ask the audience, between you and yourself, when was the last time you hugged your mother, you kissed your mother, or you held her, you sat with her, and you held her hands, and you just talked? Between you and yourself. And think about this. When you were first born, the first person who held you was your mother. The first person who touched you was your mother. The first person who taught you how to love and bond was your mother. Is that not true? So, I ask you guys, the next time you're around your mother, don't feel ashamed, you know? Whether you're a guy or a girl, or even you're too tall and you're too manly now, you can't do it. No. Hold your mother. So, I remember when I was in school, this was elementary school, our school was located right next to a nursing home. So in our physical education classes, we would like jog around the school, and I remember running by this nursing home, jogging by, and I would look. Has anyone seen a nursing home, or the people, the elderly who are in a nursing home? And you look at them, and you look into their eyes, and you can see like the emptiness, just begging for a human touch, begging for someone to tell them that they love them. So aside from your parents, please do, if you have the time, stop by a senior home, stop by a nursing home, and spare some love to these people who were abandoned by their, what a shameful thing, but they were abandoned. So take a moment to do that. And while your mother is still alive and while your mother is still well, don't wait. Don't wait till it's too late and you start to regret, because I was just backstage and I was listening to a girl who lost her mother. And you know, only when you start to think about it, you realize that I don't want to wait till it's too late. I don't want to wait till, you know, a time comes and I start regretting, like, if only I had hugged her one more last time, if only I had kissed her, if only I had held her in my hands. And the power of the human touch is fascinating. It is absolutely marvelous. I was reading somewhere, not sure exactly what the article was titled, but did you know that the human touch, like literally, if you touch somebody, it helps to instantly lower their blood pressure? Instantly. So, I don't know, I found that pretty neat. I don't know about you guys. So, realize this right now. Realize how important your mother is and how precious she is. And distance might there might be some distance between some of you guys. Some of you guys are probably living at college right now, or maybe, you know, in another country, or I don't know what your situation is. And I'd like to go back that if you at least can't, for the time being, love your mother physically, at least love her verbally. And don't give excuses, because we have Skype, we have Viber, we have like WhatsApp. You can chat with someone all day long. It's, you know, not that hard. The third thing is, so we love verbally, we love physically, and we love patiently. What does it mean to love patiently? Sometimes things between you and your mother are kind of going to get hard, right? It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. You're going to go through some tough times, and it's important to remember that you need to love patiently, because what a lot of you guys might not realize, or some of you do, and congratulations on that, that being a mother is by far the hardest job on earth. The hardest job on earth, and nobody can argue that. The amount of pain that a mother has to go through, emotionally, physically, spiritually, is unheard of. And to top it all off, no pay, and then people will have the audacity to tell mothers that they're housewives, or, you know, they don't have a job. And in today's society, a lot of our mothers not only take care of their families, but they're also juggling a job. So you gotta be superwoman to do that kind of stuff. But our mothers are not superwomen, and so at times they will get impatient. They'll kind of lose it. If you know what I mean, right? Okay. So when your mother does grow impatient, it's your turn to be patient. Throughout all your childhood, do you know how impatient you were? Do you ever see those little kids that run around? They're so annoying, right? And you're like, darn it, I was like that. It's just, that's a lot to handle, right? And then, like, a lot of kids, that's like crazy. So I ask you guys to be patient with your mothers and love them patiently. Because our mothers love us unconditionally and despite our faults. Like, we will go around and make the same mistakes. Mom's like, don't do that, and we're doing it over and over again. And at the end of the day, your mother still loves you. So it's payback time, right? And you're so patient with your friends, right? Your friend's so freaking annoying, and you're outside, and, you know, they do annoying things, and but you're patient with them. So when it comes to your mother, who is more, you know, who deserves that kind of patience? Your mother. Who's your closest companion? Just like in the hadith. Your mother, your mother, your mother. Is your best friend your mother? Like, honestly, between you and yourself, who is your best friend? Is that your mother? I know some of the girls like might be thinking, like, whoa, is she crazy? Best friend with my mom? Kind of unheard of, right? And then some of you guys might say, well, you don't know the kind of mother I have. Oh yeah, try me. So you're like, she's always complaining. Just like you were. Exactly like you were. You know, she's always talking about herself. Hello, just like you were, right? So we need to thank her for putting up with us, and it's our time to be patient, sorry about that. So we love, can you guys help me remember? We love verbally, physically, patiently, and we also need to love gratefully. Okay? It's high time we all started to honor our mothers for the things they've done, for the things that they've gone through, right? Our mothers seriously put up with so much, and you just take a mother aside and you ask her what she's been through. Like, it's crazy stuff, right? And mothers don't get enough respect and enough honor for what they do. So when I told the organizers that I was going to do this speech, I realized, and I was telling my sisters about, you know, gotta love our mother and stuff, so they went out and got my mom a cake. The big chocolate cake was cute. So we are truly blessed to have our mothers, because there are those of you in here who have lost your mother, and may Allah grant them Jannah. But for those of you who still have their mother alive, we don't want to feel regrets, right? So let's find ways to express our gratitude. You know, lately my mother's been suffering with this back problem. It comes with, I can't say that. So my little brother, Muhammad, who's really young, he goes on a field trip, right? And so he spends all his money to buy this cute little massager, and he brings it home. He's like, Mama, Mama, look what I got for you. It's for your back, right? And my mom, you should have seen her. She was so happy. Like, it's this pathetic little plastic thing that was ridiculously expensive. But I know my mom is going to keep that thing forever and remember that small action that maybe my little brother didn't realize, right? He just wanted to make her feel good, right? And how many of us do that every single day? So I know that my mom's going to keep that massager even though it doesn't really work. She's going to put it away somewhere, and, you know, she keeps good care of it because her little boy thought about her, and he thought about her pain, and he wanted to help her out. So let's seize the moment and find a way to express our love. Now, a lot of you guys have different types of, you know, skills and qualities. Like, some of you guys might be bloggers, different kinds of professions, like even photography and all this kind of stuff. If you can sing and stuff, like, present your mother with something. Like, if you can draw her a card, like, you're never too old to do something like that. It really touches your mother's heart. And lastly, we need to love generously, because nothing is too good for our mothers. No amount of money can make up for things they've done for us or how they've spent on us. So we can't find a way to pay her back for what she's done, but we can at least try. We can try and try and try. So we do have to spend every moment trying to pay back our parents for what they've done. So I was listening to this Arabic poem, which I seem to be obsessed with, so you guys may have noticed. And I'm going to give you guys the translation because that's the best I can give you, but in reality the poem is beautiful in Arabic. And if you know Arabic, please go back and check it out. So it's a story about a man and his mother. So I'm just going to read it out to you guys if you don't mind. So one day, a man tempted an ignorant boy. So he told him, "Bring me the heart of your mother. I'll give you jewels and pearls." He was an ignorant boy, and he offered him, "I'll pay you anything. You just bring me the heart of your mother." So the boy, the ignorant boy, he goes and he sheathes the dagger, and he stabs her chest. And he took the heart out and went the way he came to return to the man and claim his reward. But because of his haste, he fell, and the heart fell and rolled as he stumbled. So the mother's heart, covered in dust on the floor, calls out, "Son, oh my beloved, are you hurt?" And its voice, it was compassionate. And it was as if the wrath of the heavens had fallen on the boy. And so he takes out the dagger, and he's so hurt and he's so in pain, and he's about to stab himself and kill himself because he's done an awful crime. And the mother's voice calls out again, and it says, "Stop. Don't stab me in my heart twice." So, I hope you guys have learned a little bit, and I hope we can all learn to love our mothers the right way, because they deserve so much. Thank you, and Assalamu alaikum.